Many people say, and yeah, I pretty much said how when I played on the NES, SNES, N64, I played on the wrong console. However, I get that kind of impression. But if you delve into deeper, here's where it starts to become way more fucking confusing. Yeah, it became way more confusing to me because there's two sides of the fucking thing. Yes, two sides of the coin. Alright, so one side is first-party Nintendo, and first-party Nintendo is actually basically Nintendo, because yeah, Nintendo's the first guys, because yeah. And then there is third-party Nintendo, where basically people outside of Nintendo who develop or support Nintendo products like the Nintendo DS or the Nintendo Wii U. Alright, so yeah, two sides. First-party Nintendo and third-party Nintendo. However, yes, there are pretty much games like, well, let's just say before throughout history, there's going to be games that are just always going to be in other platforms the entire time. That I will say that. And they're going to do superior than the Nintendo console versions. That I will say. That. But however, I guess it's time for me to come to a point where Nintendo consoles may not be for everybody. But, however, it starts to become a lot more safer when it comes to buying Nintendo products. However, for example, the Wii U and Nintendo 3DS don't get this much third-party titles that are on PC or PlayStation the entire time. Alright? That's a given. Alright, so it's a lot more safer. That's a great thing. The point I am trying to get out is that first-party Nintendo, yes, we're going to go ahead and jump right away and talk about first-party Nintendo. Okay, so, first-party Nintendo, well, they have to make the Nintendo consoles because they're first-party Nintendo. Third-party developers can't do that because it's not a good idea, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, yeah, you have first-party Nintendo making their consoles, and here's when they decide to make their consoles, they always pick the outdated specs for their systems, and they just release them out to the market. And it makes no fucking sense whatsoever, because you have consoles like the PlayStation Vita. Yeah, it did a little bit bad, and the 3DS was very fucking lucky. That I'll say that. The PlayStation Vita becomes, like, superior compared to the fucking 3DS in terms of specs. And then, okay, and let's go to the Wii U. Yeah, the PS4 and Xbox One, they're, like, fucking superior to, like, the fucking Wii U's in terms of specs. While the Nintendo consoles do have redeeming factors, yes, that is very possible. Many people will have a reason to want to buy a Nintendo console, but however, first-party Nintendo shells out the dumbest fucking move ever to pretty much basically turn the consumer away from the consoles. Let's just say, for example, you're aiming for a 3DS. Metroid Prime Federation Force? What does that even have anything to do with Metroid? Never mind. I'll just get the Samsung Galaxy. I mean, it's Android. It's not iOS. I mean, it can play games. I just want games. And iOS isn't going to give me the games that's suitable for my taste. You know, I'm going with the Samsung Galaxy. So yeah, I'm going to repeat myself there. Nintendo, first-party Nintendo, I mean. Okay, so first-party Nintendo is bound, pretty much always so bound to do the dumbest fucking move ever, and fucking highly possible. I mean, holy shit. And, alright, now let's get to the final thing with first-party Nintendo. They always make games for their consoles that are just E or E10 plus. When they rarely make T for teen rated games, and yes, I know, I am aware of Fire Emblem, but, I don't understand why it was necessary for Fire Emblem on the 3DS to basically borrow the marriage system from Agrest War. I don't really get it. But, however, first-party Nintendo, they always just shell out the E-rated games, they just shell out the casual titles, and however, they aren't very aware of it. So, yeah. And, congratulations to the dumbest fucking shit first-party Nintendo does, is because of this, it just fucking gives these little console war fucking douchebags the fucking advantage.
Is that a 3DS? Put that down, you look like a pedophile, you fucking autistic man-child.
Now let's go to the other side of Nintendo. Yes, the other side of Nintendo. Third-party Nintendo. Like I said, there are people outside of Nintendo who develop for the Nintendo consoles. Alright, so yes, they contain companies outside of Nintendo, developers outside of Nintendo, all this kind of stuff. And they end up having the potential of making these consoles relevant. But, however, they end up being overshadowed by first-party Nintendo's dumbass shit. Alright, so, yeah, what makes third-party Nintendo so special? They actually give out the games that are rated T for teen and above. And third-party Nintendo, they basically kind of do what first-party Nintendo would never do. So, basically, now that you pretty much are aware of the fucking two sides of the fucking coin, you have big old klutzy first-party Nintendo, while you have basically the cool, suave, nice guy third-party Nintendo. And yes, there you lovely have it. Alright, let's bring up some examples though for third-party Nintendo. Anyway, okay, say you like Shin Megami Tensei. You found Shin Megami Tensei 4. Oh yes, only on Nintendo 3DS. Oh, crud, I really want that Nintendo 3DS. I'm definitely going to get this fucking son of a bitch. And Shin Megami Tensei 4 for the Nintendo 3DS, it's rated M for mature. And of course, just like every single fucking Shin Megami Tensei game, I mean, because Shin Megami Tensei is so like fucking dark, hardcore, crazy shit. If you know what I mean. Anyway, so, like, yeah. You have Shin Megami Tensei 4 exclusively for the Nintendo 3DS. You have Senran Kagura, which is basically like Ninja Girls with gigantic knockers. That's a given. That's another M-rated title for the Nintendo 3DS. I mean, there's a lot of fucking hardcore games that come from third-party Nintendo. So there you have it, your two sides of the coin. First-party Nintendo does absolutely stupid shit, and they just shell out the E to E10 rated games that nobody wants. And then you have third-party Nintendo, who actually basically clean up the mess and provide the games that the people want. And it's just for the sake of the fucking consumers of the 3DS and the Wii U or any other Nintendo platform. And basically, third-party Nintendo basically does more for the community than ever, as first-party Nintendo is basically responsible for the reputation of the fucking 3DS and Wii U owners. However, until first-party Nintendo gets their fucking shit straight, I mean, we're gonna be stuck with the same fucking bullshit. Yes, that's right. And the only person who's gonna put up with the bullshit way more is the average Nintendo consumer. Because they really have to fucking sit around here and put up with the high amounts of fucking bullshit. And for those who stay with Nintendo despite all this bullshit, you're really fucking brave. That's right, that's a fucking achievement, by the way. However, as for people outside of Nintendo, people, don't be a fucking dick and then automatically accuse someone of pedophilia the minute they have their hands on a 3DS or a Wii U. I mean, that's actually kind of fucked up. And when you're an entertainment company, don't cater to one mass demographic. Cater to more than one mass demographic. In the wake of a discovery, the Game Boy SP13 Anywhere Research Laboratory has initiated a program known as the Third-Party Nintendo Hunt Project. This is where they would find the third party, and of course, not only the third party, but however, some hardcore first-party titles that Nintendo may have shelled out. So yes, this hunt thing, it basically brings out the games that will appeal to higher mass demographics. So that's going to be, and that's only on the 3DS and Wii U. But right now, we're focusing our stuff on the 3DS as research for the Wii U has been cancelled. Yeah, I got it. As a matter of fact, we are initiating it right now.
The acquiring of the new Nintendo 3DS XL was a success. We were able to scavenge a couple of games of the ESRB rating of Tier 14. The research has finally made progress since the shutdown of the Wii U segment. The Wii U segment consisted of a team of 3, Game Boy SP13, Jared Fogle, and Scott Freeman, to find games rated T or above for the Nintendo Wii U. The research backfired when Game Boy SP13 was no-show at any of the excavations and research, which as a result terminated, and Scott and Jared ambushed by Chris Hansen and somehow ended up in jail for crimes involving pedophilia. The shocking demonstration of ignorance has caused the Wii U research cancelled, and the 3DS research shelved until Game Boy SP13 reinstated it.
Now, for charging the 3DS, it does not include the AC adapter as evident in the back of the box. But we do have the universal, which, where's the back of the thing? Okay, there's the back of the thing. Shit. Okay, so this here, my friends, is Shinobi for the Nintendo 3DS. This is a new one since its last debut, which was Nightshade. That was a spin-off to the PS2 version. What's up? Turn the 3D off? I turned it... Oh! Okay. We got a hold of a charger, and we did some exploring on the eShop. There are some certain things. The eShop charges tax. Surprisingly, we went through a silly little Vindaloop, but, however, we still managed. Anyway, so, yes, we have Senran Kagura Burst. This is a T14 rated game that is surprisingly rated T14 and not rated for mature, because the premise behind the Senran Kagura series is basically ninja girls with giant bodacious knockers. So, yes, it's downloading right away. It'll go swimmingly well, since, unless, things go horribly wrong. I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, so, as you can see, it's been a long download, but, we're nearing it. It's nearing it, alright. So, yeah, it's nearing it.
Download's nearing completion, that's the thing. I'm surprised that it doesn't allow background downloads. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But that's first-party Nintendo for you. At least we know that we've secured a game that is rated T14 or above.
That's what the research meant, and we've made some good progress. There wouldn't be any value for the 3DS if it weren't for third-party Nintendo. Thank goodness third-party Nintendo. Good news, we got Sun & Conqueror 2 Burst installed on the thing.
The only Don't mention it's a female video game character, then you